Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is by any means. There go the Cash App, $Dean by any means. There go the PayPal at Dean by any means. You already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Hey, you man, don't be eavesdropping, man. Hit that like button, man. Can you do that for me? Don't be eavesdropping. Hit that like button, man. It seems like we're not going to get Vasil Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis in 2024. With that being said, because I really like both fighters, I need it next. I need Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis next. There's no reason why we have to prolong this any longer or play around with it. I really am a fan of both fighters, and they both deserve it. At the end of the day, these two young men both deserve this fight because, like I said, they both can get those same fights right after this. One going to need it to build up their career, or they might have a rematch, a trilogy. We don't know how that's going to work out. But what I do know is they both in a prime right now. Loma looked like he really done stepped out the way. Shakur Stevenson a free agent right now, so Shakur Stevenson can do his Shakur Stevenson promotions with a cross promotion with PBC and get it done, man. Where now he really will get the most bread, and he ain't got a middleman. He's not gonna have all them other expenses more than he already got. Because from what I was told is that if you add Eddie Hearn or anybody involved in that, they gonna take an extra 20%. Shakur don't need that. If he fight a tank, he got this. He started from the bottom, and we here. I don't care what y'all say about Shakur Stevenson. He deserves this fight, dog. Shakur Stevenson deserves this fight. I don't care if you don't like how he fight or his style. He could be more entertaining. Name somebody else that's better than him or you sure can beat him. Loma just took himself out the sweepstakes. So we could hope for Loma and Gervonta next year around sometime. Whatever. Gervonta Davis ain't do that neither. And like I said, it's just perfect timing because Shakur was just up there with Coach Kenny on Fanon channel. And he said that he ready whenever. So now this is whenever. Let's go. Let's get it. And this the fight that's going to take both of these young men to heights that they never seen before. I truly believe that. Well, Gervonta, he's seen it before with Ryan. But Shakur, I just think this is just a fight everybody coming out for. It don't matter what city, what state you put it in, it's going to be there. It don't even matter. Like you could put this anywhere, and it's gonna sell out. This doing at least 500,000 pay-per-views at minimum. At minimum, this doing 500 bands. Like I said, man, Shakur Stevenson. I don't care what you say about the young man. He deserves this fight. He don't care if you say he talked his way into it. He made excuses on his way into it. He was so dominant on his way into it. Whatever angle you at when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, I don't care. All I know is that I want to see him and Gervonta Davis fight, especially if I'm not going to get Lomachenko. I ain't mad if I get a Williams Zepeda neither. I ain't mad if I get Williams Zepeda. But right now, I feel as though it's the perfect time for a Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. They both just getting back in the gym. So the time period lines up too. So that's another thing. The time period lines up. It lines up with Williams Zepeda as well because he fought around the same time. But my whole point is there's no need to prolong this. There's been so much talk. There's been so many narratives. There's been so much back and forth. You know, Coach Kenny and Shakur now, they cool. But I remember when they was going at it online. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur really got a chip on his shoulder and something to prove. And I think that he could prove it. He got a good chance to prove it. Do I think he's going to do it? Y'all know I don't think he's going to do it. But do he deserve the opportunity? Absolutely. So this is the fight I want to see. This is what I want next. Tank, 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 tank. Make this fight happen, Brody. Shakur Stevenson, make this fight happen, Brody. I'm putting it on both of y'all. This is on both of y'all because the timeline to Shakur being free to it being already built up, there's no reason it's a unification fight. It's nothing stopping this besides people letting other outside forces get in their head. Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis can both bite down and say, no, I want him. No, I want him. If Gervonta Davis do it and Shakur Stevenson do it, I don't see a reason for this not to happen. It's time to get the fights we want. It's time to get. It's just time, man. Because as my thing is, Gervonta Davis' standpoint, you might as well get him now. There ain't no better time than to get him than right now. While you feeling the best, you in your prime, go get him now. You don't know what's going to happen next year. You beat Shakur Stevenson, man. Oh man, you'll be number one pound for pound on a lot of people's lists, especially mine. It won't even be a question who the face of boxing or who the best fighter in boxing or who the guy that everybody need to see or who the cash cow or who this and who that. It won't even be no need for none of that. All of that will be set in stone. And Gervonta Davis' legacy will never be in question again. If he take this fight, that's one thing I can promise you. That's one thing I do know. I'm just saying, y'all, I want this fight next. This the fight that I need next. This the fight that I want next. Y'all can want whatever y'all want, but just know that I ain't in agreement. I like Williams Zepeda. Yeah, that's a good fight, but that can happen anytime. That's not a necessity. That's not something that has to happen. Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, no matter how you try to shape it, no matter how you try to size it, that has to happen. It's been too much talk. It's been too many narratives. It's been too much from different fan bases. I'm a fan of both of these fighters. So at the end of the day, um, this is something I want. Just to, like I said, no different than how I wanted the Bud Crawford and Earl Spence fight. And I think this can do around that, anywhere between 500 and 700. I think it's going to do anywhere between 500 and 700. I want Shakur Stevenson to keep the most money he could possibly keep in his pocket because he earned it. He don't need a promotional company, especially right now, when he could do the Shakur Stevenson promotions with the PBC and make sure that he got a rematch clause in there. So he could double back and get the bag twice because he know no matter how this fight turn out, I mean, unless he just get dominated, people going to want to see it again. I'm pretty sure of that. And then, like I said, man, I just see business wise, just legacy wise, credit wise, fan base wise, for the betterment of the sport wise, there's no reason why this can't happen next. And if both fighters bite down, be grown men, get in contact with each other, they ain't even got to talk to nobody else. Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta can talk to each other and say, listen here, you tell your people this, I'm going to tell my people that. Let's get it done. No more excuses. We ain't got to go back and forth about it no more, bro. We ain't even got to talk again until it's done. We ain't got to talk again until the press conference. You hear what I'm saying? You get your peoples. You tell them this is what you want. I'm going to tell my peoples to go make it happen with your peoples. And now I know you serious about it, and let's get it done. I just need to see both of these. They both claim to be bosses. We know Gervonta is, but I need to see Shakur Stevenson show me, man, it's time, man. And he already put the smirk emoji up. Y'all know what that meant. So he's saying we want the smoke. So it's definitely on Gervonta to go see if that smoke real. Because it ain't no reason why it shouldn't be happening, man. There's no reason. They both deserve it. Both of these young men are the hottest names as far as in the urban community right now on the boxing scene. Shakur going at it with everybody. So now it's just the perfect time. You got to strike while the iron's hot, man. You got to strike while the iron is hot. Gervonta Davis came off of that great performance. Shakur Stevenson got the whole world coming at him. I'm just saying, y'all, it just seemed like to me that's the best situation for both fighters. Because one thing you won't be able to say about Shakur is that he ducked smoke. He was getting criticized and ran right to the smoke. So then the criticism will automatically have to stop. All that De Los Santos and Arthur and all that won't even matter because at the end of the day, he went right off of that to fight Gervonta Davis. That's hard. That's a warrior. That's a soldier. Gervonta Davis off of that great performance with Frank Martin. He told y'all he was coming for them all. And then if he really go out here and go do that, all you could do is tip your hat to the young man. He deserve everything. He gonna be an even bigger star. He could fight anybody at that point. But me knowing Tank the way I think I know Tank, he wouldn't just fight anybody. He would keep the train rolling to get as much money as he can so that could be a real option after 6-7 fights. That could be a real option for him to lead the sport. Even though I'm gonna make a video about that, yo. I think Gervonta Davis is capping about leaving the sport after 6 fights. Gervonta Davis would be 32, 33 years old, man. Ain't nobody turning down 30, 40 million, and they still in the peak shape of their life. Mind you, y'all, by that time, he would have had all the narratives knocked out the way. So even the pressure wouldn't even be there. Then he could pick and choose, kind of. The pressure wouldn't even be there to fight everybody because he would have been fighting everybody. By that time, a Devin would be out the way, T.O. or Shakur or Loma, Zapata, like all those guys would be out the way if what he says is what he wanted. I don't see him turning down fights, a major fight with Abdullah Mason at the end of that, or a Keyshawn Davis. I don't see that, bro. I don't see that. It's easy to say it now when you ain't in that situation. He ain't that age yet. So to holler at me when after these 6, 7 fights and he that age and he really retired. All right. Boxers always saying they gonna retire. I don't be believing it. I think tank capping. I think that's a marketing tool, to be honest with you. I think it's a marketing tool, but that's just me. But y'all already know what this is, right? Dean by any means. And I holler at y'all.